It was a quiet night. The city was asleep. The streets were empty, and the air felt heavy and still. In a small apartment on the third floor of an old building, Daniel sat alone on his couch. The only light in the room came from a small lamp near the window. The clock on the wall slowly ticked. Tick, tick, tick. It was almost midnight. Daniel held a cup of cold coffee in his hands, but he had not taken a sip in a long time. His eyes were fixed on the floor, but his mind was somewhere far away. Nights were always the hardest. During the day, Daniel could keep himself busy. Work helped him forget things. Conversations with people helped him hide his thoughts. But at night, everything became quiet, and in the silence, the memories returned. 2 years ago, Daniel lost someone very important to him, his younger sister, Emma. Emma was not just his sister, she was his best friend. When they were children, they did everything together. They laughed together, fought together, and shared secrets that no one else knew. Emma was the bright one, the brave one. Daniel was always the quiet one, but Emma understood him better than anyone else. 2 years ago, they had a terrible argument. It started with something small, something that should not have mattered so much, but both of them were tired and angry that day. Words were said, harsh words, words that Daniel wished he could take back. Emma left the house that night, and the next morning, Daniel received a call from the hospital. There had been an accident. Emma never came home again. Since that day, Daniel carried a heavy weight inside his heart. The last words he said to his sister were not kind words. They were angry words, and he could never change them. Daniel slowly stood up and walked toward the window. Outside, the streetlights painted long yellow lines on the empty road. Everything looked calm, but inside Daniel, nothing was calm. He whispered softly into the quiet room, "I'm sorry, Emma." The words disappeared into the silence. No one heard them. Then, suddenly, the phone rang. Daniel froze. The sound was loud in the quiet apartment. Ring, ring, ring. No one ever called him this late. His heart started beating faster. Slowly, he walked to the table where his phone was lying. The screen showed an unknown number. For a moment, he thought about ignoring it, but something inside him told him to answer. He picked up the phone. Hello? For a few seconds, there was only silence. Then a soft voice spoke. Daniel? His breath stopped. The voice sounded familiar. Very familiar. But that was impossible. Who is this? Daniel asked quietly. There was a small pause. Then the voice said something that made his whole body tremble. It's me. Daniel's hands started shaking. The voice sounded exactly like Emma. Exactly. His mind raced with confusion. This could not be real. Emma was gone. She had been gone for 2 years. His voice became weak. Emma? The voice on the phone gave a small, sad laugh. No, not Emma, the woman said gently. My name is Sophia. Daniel felt both relief and confusion at the same time. I'm sorry, Sophia continued softly. I know this is strange. I didn't mean to scare you. Daniel sat down slowly. His heart was still beating fast. You sound exactly like my sister, he said quietly. Yes, Sophia replied. That's why I'm calling. Daniel frowned. What do you mean? Sophia took a slow breath before speaking again. 2 years ago, I received a heart transplant. Daniel's chest tightened. "A transplant?" he asked. "Yes," Sophia said. "Your sister, Emma, she was the donor." The room felt suddenly smaller. Daniel could barely breathe. He remembered the doctors telling him that Emma had chosen to be an organ donor. At that time, Daniel was too broken to think about it. But now, someone out there was living because of Emma. "My heart," Sophia said softly, "used to belong to your sister." Daniel closed his eyes. Tears slowly filled them. For a long moment, neither of them spoke. Then Sophia continued in a gentle voice. "I spent a long time thinking about calling you. I wasn't sure if I should." Daniel listened carefully. "But tonight," she said, "I felt something strange. My heart was beating fast, and I suddenly felt this strong need to call." Daniel wiped his eyes. "I don't know why," Sophia added quietly, "but I wanted you to know something." "What?" Daniel asked. "Your sister saved my life." Daniel felt the words deep inside his chest. "2 years ago," Sophia said, "I was very sick. Doctors told me I might not survive. Then one day, they told me a donor had been found." She paused. "That donor was Emma." Daniel's tears slowly fell. "Because of her," Sophia continued, "I can wake up every morning. I can breathe. I can see the sun again." The quiet apartment suddenly felt less empty. For the first time in 2 years, Daniel felt something different inside his heart. Not just pain, but warmth. Sophia spoke again. "I know you must miss her very much." Daniel nodded, even though she could not see him. "Yes," he whispered, "I do." Sophia's voice became softer. "I don't know if this will help, but a part of Emma is still here." Daniel placed his hand over his chest. His breathing slowly became calm. For 2 years, Daniel believed that his last words to Emma were the only thing that mattered. But now he realized something important. Emma's story did not end that night. Her kindness was still living in the world, inside someone else, inside Sophia. Daniel took a deep breath. "Thank you for calling," he said quietly. Sophia smiled on the other side of the phone. "No," she replied gently. "Thank you, and thank Emma." The clock on the wall continued ticking, but the silence in the apartment felt different now. It was softer, lighter. Before hanging up, Sophia said one last thing. "Daniel?" "Yes?" "Your sister's heart is very strong." Daniel smiled through his tears. "Yes," he said, "it always was." And for the first time in a very long time, Daniel finally felt peace.